Myanmar's civilian national unity government claimed this week that the regime has committed 64 massacres in 5 states and regions. That's left at least 766 people dead since the 2021 coup. Over 70% of those killings were in the resistance hotbed of Sagaing. I spoke with Aung Myo Min, Minister of Human Rights of the NUG, about the military's increasingly brutal tactics.
Well, lately the number has been increased, and the violence, the different forms of violence, has been taking place and escalating. So we have recorded many arbitrary arrests, extrajudicial killing, torture, even a son of the sexual violence against a woman in many parts of the countries. It's clearly shown that military, it is a part of the military strategies, targeting the civilians in its widespread. So I would say that this go beyond the regular human rights violations. It's a crime against humanities because it's the scale of their violence and the widespread nature of in all parts of the country.
Has there been a change in tactics for Myanmar's military that's led to so many cases of civilian deaths?
Well, I noticed that there's an increased airstrike using the air forces and also military jet fighters and helicopters. They receive it from mainly from Russia. That this one of the reasons because of that is military cannot operate like before. Many of the areas are is controlled by the PDF and ethnic organizations, and these areas has never been in the war zone or conflict situation before. The military have experienced and know well about the geographic situation. So instead of reinforcing infantry and conventional warfare like before, they start using airstrike.
And you think those airstrikes actually target civilians?
There's many cases of schools and the hospitals are under attack by the military airstrike. For example, one case is in Layako in Sagaing Division. Military know that it was a primary school, but they attack on them, and then that caused killing of 8 children who were studying primary students who were killed by that. And then there's some other cases of the attack on airstrike in Kachin State, in Anamba village. This is the public gathering. It is a music concert, but they attack on that, and as a result, around 80 civilians were killed.
Sagaing in central Myanmar has seen the majority of these massacres. Why do you think that is?
Well, since after the attempted coup, the whole country, the people from all across the country showed their, opposition against the military coup. But Sagaing is one of the highest and strongest base of opposition. And then the local PDF, People Defense Forces, are based there with the support of the people. So Sagaing is the highest list of attack by the military. It's not the local strong base of the armed forces or other opposition. It is also strategic areas. You can make it, Sagaing is very strategic to sending all the supplies and also reinforce the troops to other part of the country, especially to Chin State.
How is the situation in Sagaing different than that in, say, the ethnic border areas?
This is different from the ethnic, areas because military has attack on the ethnic areas where there's a strong military opposition, like ethnic resistance organization are based. It happened, since 1962, and there's a military used their four-cut military strategies against the ethnic resistance organization, cutting food, cutting communication, cutting supplies, and cutting recruitment. This is the same military, strategies they apply to ethnic people and now against the people in Sagaing areas. So the guy has no experience of any conflict like before. This is the very agriculture plain, plain regions, but they have a same kind of military strategies like ethnic people. So people have no experience how to counter that one. There's no place for hiding like other ethnic areas. The Sagaing division is not close to any borders.
What's been the impact of these tactics on the ground?
Well, military is launching the strategy of terror against the people because they think using violence and using more barbaric acts against the people would stop the opposition. This is the military theory. But instead, that make people more, anger about the violations they witness every day and make the people stronger. And I have interviewed with many people from the ground. They said, it's painful to have that kind of suffering by the military, but they will never give up. They have nothing left to lose. So they're ready to sacrifice and they're ready to fight until the end games. So this is the more determination, even though military used that kind of terror to stop it.
Ong Myo Min, Minister of Human Rights for the National Unity Government.